the one key to a great relationship. That is, any great relationship we want with anyone, there's one key to it. We're going to look at that today. One of my favorite recent songs is from the country music singer Carrie Underwood. It's a song that says, "Jesus, take the wheel. Jesus, take the wheel, take it from my hand." It's about a woman who realizes that she's not living for God anymore, but for herself. Seems like she had some type of relationship with God through Christ, and she goes back to it and says, you know what? I'm living for myself. Where am I leading my child? I have to live for God. And I do appreciate the sentiment expressed in this song. It reminds me of the hymn, "I surrender all. I surrender all to Jesus. I surrender, all to Him I freely give. I surrender all." Therefore, that one great key to any great relationship is this word and this action, surrender. What a great word. The Bible uses the word submit in many translations. A better translation might actually be surrender. Submit yourselves to one another. Surrender yourselves to one another. Impact. Surrender is that key. Well, what is surrender? Surrender is to yield to the power or control of another, to completely give up, especially as a prisoner, to give oneself over to something, as in to an influence. Surrender, again, is a stronger word to yield or submit, and it's the safest way out of most wars people will find themselves in, to lay down their arms and surrender. Now, does this mean that somebody should surrender to sin? Obviously and absolutely not. Does it mean that one should surrender when one sees the conduct of the world and give in to a temptation to sin and to evil lifestyle? Of course not. Surrender to evil beliefs? No. What we're talking about is surrendering ourselves in humility. As James said, humble yourselves in the sight of the Lord, and He will lift you up. That's a complete surrender to God. I don't know how anyone can come to God except by that complete and ultimate, total surrender. I was talking with my friend Tommy Cheatham, who became a Christian a few years ago. And we were talking about what it meant to become a Christian. We were going through the studies. We were going through the material. And I wanted to emphasize this point to him. I said, you're used to sacrificing, right? You're used to giving a portion of something, right? And he said, sure. I've given something to someone before, and it was a sacrifice to me. I could have used it for something else. In fact, I might have needed it for something else, but I gave it for someone else. I said, well, God, it's not just about giving here or there. God wants all of you. Your whole time, your whole life, that is what you give to God. That is the sacrifice. It's a complete and total surrender. The problem with the religious world today is that many people believe that it's okay to give just a part of ourselves to God. The problem with many a relationship today is that we believe it's okay to give just a portion of ourselves to our spouse. The problem with many churches today is that we believe we can give just a portion of ourselves to our brethren. We surrender all to God, to our spouse, to our brethren, if we are to be in that relationship with them. That is why it is the key to that relationship.